Welcome, friends. This is Bloor Central for Sunday, December 5th. I hope this finds you well. I have to begin with a little bit of unfortunate news. We regret that we are unable to get together a Sunday Word edition, or at least a video edition of Sunday Word this week. It's just been one of those Christmas things. We got caught a little bit behind this week, and so we are not going to be able to offer you the Bible teaching that we're doing here at the church. However, don't give up. Jared has been kind enough to pull out something from our archives. It's kind of like when Johnny Carson used to be on the Tonight Show. Does anyone remember that? And they would bring back one of the old shows. That's kind of what we're doing tonight, because Jared suggested that we use a Advent reflection from last year. He's going to post that. So we do have something that we hope will be a blessing to you this morning. I do want to remind you that we are trying to focus our efforts now Sunday morning here at Bloor Central at 10 o'clock, fully recognizing that there are some people that, because of the health situation, are just not comfortable coming yet. For those people that cannot come, we will be continuing to at least attempt. We will be attempting to put a Sunday Word edition every week so that you're keeping up with the Bible teaching that we're doing here on Sundays. However, for those of you who can come, we really want to encourage you to come back. We've been really enjoying ourselves here on Sunday morning. Last week was, I would suggest, literally one of our highlights here at Bloor Central, an incredible time of prayer. Really felt the presence of the Holy Spirit at work. And we believe that a lot of that comes from us gathering together. So we're hoping that if you are, that you will join us on Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock for Sunday Word. And again, we will be keeping at least till the end of the year. In January, we will be reassessing, but at least till the end of the year, we will make sure that Sunday Word is going up on the video. A couple of quick announcements. Just to remind you, our kettles are up and running. I have got to literally just pump up Greg Peterson. He's been doing a fantastic job of not only keeping things going around here in the building, but of getting our kettles together. I really had no idea what was going to happen this year. To be honest, I wasn't overly optimistic. After COVID, are we going to get volunteers? Are people going to be responsive? We've been overwhelmed. First of all, with volunteers this year, it is remarkable. God just keeps raising the bar here. We don't just get more volunteers; they get better and better. That's not no slight on our former volunteers either. Our volunteers have just been magnificent this year. We've been out on the kettles last weekend and this weekend, and we don't have any numbers to share yet, but it does seem as if the public is being very responsive. And sometimes now we're using the tap, so that's helping as well. So if you want to be a part of that, if you want to volunteer, can I ask you to get in touch with Greg? greg.peterson@salvationarmy.ca, or you can phone here at the church, 416-531-8031. I think his extension is 102. I think that's it. If I'm wrong on the message, it will tell you. But I really encourage you to be a part of that. You know the fundraising is really important for us, and this is the one time a year that we do have responsibilities for that as well. Just before we play the Advent video for you, I do want to just highlight this season. Advent is a time where churches around the world are preparing. We're preparing to celebrate God with us. And in the middle of this really busy season, I want to encourage you, make sure to take time to recognize God is with us. We have not been left alone. We do not need to be afraid. And we hope that the truth of God with us will overwhelm you this season, will give you strength, will give you courage, everything that you need. And again, just through this season, we are looking forward to gathering for Sunday Word right through and right up to our Christmas meal on Christmas Day. That will be a takeaway meal, but we are hoping that everything we do is an expression of celebrating God with us. We hope that you will enjoy the video Jared's going to post with this. Hope you have a wonderful day. Look forward to seeing you next week as we celebrate the third week of Advent. So how do we prepare for Advent? There's a lot of different themes. We'll be running over a number of them as we go through this season. But the words of Jesus give us some guidance for this time as well. In Luke 21, verse 34, it says this: "Be careful or your hearts will be weighed down with carousing, drunkenness, and the anxieties of life, and that day will close on you suddenly like a trap. Jesus encourages us here to be on our guard. This is part of Advent, to actually make sure to guard ourselves against those things that will dull us to the presence of Christ in our lives. It's an important part of Advent. Christmas is a time which really focuses on excesses. Certainly in our world, we talk about drinking too much, or eating too much, or shopping too much, or just too much. I would encourage you in this season, can you recognize those things in your life that are going to dull you to the presence of Christ, to what Jesus is trying to speak to you about? For some of us, these things might not sound that relevant because with COVID, maybe there's not going to be as much getting together. There's not going to be as much, going out and being a part of the festivities. But we still have many that have increased the amount that they're drinking and eating through this time. We still have those that have increased the amount that they worry. We have all kinds of examples of excesses which dull us to the presence of Christ. And so through this time, I would encourage you to take some time. What are the things that distract you? Maybe it's Netflix, maybe it's television, I don't know. But part of preparing for Advent is to be on our guard. Recognize those things in the next couple of weeks. Identify those things that are a danger to you. Whether it's some kind of, as I say, shopping, set boundaries on the shopping. If you're going to do some drinking, set boundaries on the drinking. If you're going to be, watching television, set boundaries on these things so that these obsessions don't take control and dull us to the presence of Christ this Christmas. You want to know why? Because we want to be ready for Christmas.